It's easy to believe the world's definition of beauty is the complete picture. We're taught to admire flawless skin, perfect features, stylish clothes, and polished appearances. But what if the qualities that make a woman truly unforgettable have very little to do with any of those things? Think about the women who have stayed in your memory over the years. You probably don't remember the shade of their lipstick or the designer label they wore. What you remember is how they made you feel. Real beauty isn't something you put on, it's something you grow into. Today, on The Infinite Mindset, we're exploring the timeless qualities of a genuinely lovely woman. Qualities that never fade with age and can never be replaced by changing trends. Many people misunderstand confidence. They think it comes from compliments, admiration, or constant approval from others. They believe that if enough people praise them, follow them, or call them beautiful, they'll finally feel worthy. But true confidence works in the opposite direction. The women who leave the strongest impression aren't chasing validation. They've already found something much stronger. Their value isn't decided by anyone else's opinion. Think about it. If your confidence depends on other people, then those same people can take it away. One compliment lifts you up, while one harsh comment tears you down. That isn't confidence, it's dependence. Real confidence stays steady because it comes from within. It remains firm whether people celebrate you or overlook you, whether they agree with your choices or question them. A truly lovely woman appreciates encouragement, but she doesn't depend on it. She enjoys being recognized, but she doesn't need applause to know her worth. She has built her identity on her values, her character, and her purpose, instead of the constantly changing opinions of the world. Today's world constantly encourages comparison. Every scroll through social media shows carefully edited photos and highlight reels that reveal only the best moments of someone else's life. It becomes easy to believe everyone else is happier, more successful, or more attractive. Comparison quietly convinces you that you're not enough. But it's a race no one ever wins, because there will always appear to be someone with more. A lovely woman refuses to play that game. She understands her path is unique. Instead of asking, "Am I better than someone else?" she asks, "Am I becoming better than I was yesterday?" That simple shift changes everything. Growth replaces envy. Gratitude takes the place of insecurity. Progress becomes more important than perfection. Knowing your worth also means protecting your peace. Many people struggle to say no because they fear disappointing others. They give away their energy just to keep everyone else comfortable. But a woman who truly values herself knows boundaries aren't barriers meant to shut people out. They are healthy limits that protect what matters most. Guarding her time, energy, and emotional well-being isn't selfish, it's wise. That doesn't make her distant or uncaring. In fact, it allows her to love more genuinely. Because she respects herself, she can respect others without losing herself. She gives freely without feeling exploited. She supports people without believing her identity depends on rescuing everyone around her. She also understands that not every choice requires an explanation. Not every dream needs permission before it begins. People will always have opinions. Some will encourage her, while others will misunderstand her. She cannot control either response. What she can control is staying true to the values that guide her life. History reminds us that the people who changed the world were often criticized before they were admired. If they had waited for universal approval, they would never have taken the first step. Sometimes growth means walking alone until others finally understand the direction you've chosen. Another mark of genuine self-worth is humility. Confidence and humility aren't opposites. They strengthen each other. A woman who truly knows her value doesn't feel the need to prove herself in every conversation. She can celebrate another woman's success without feeling threatened because she knows someone else's light never makes her own shine any less. She believes there is enough opportunity, purpose, and success for everyone. That mindset creates peace. She no longer feels the need to perform for acceptance. She stops changing her personality to fit every group or hiding her opinions to avoid rejection. She chooses authenticity because pretending is far more exhausting than simply being herself. The most inspiring women often carry this quiet confidence. They don't announce their worth because their actions speak for them. They live with integrity even when no one is watching. They keep promises they make to themselves. They continue growing even when nobody applauds their progress. Their confidence isn't loud, it's consistent. Every obstacle they overcome strengthens their belief in themselves. Every difficult decision shapes their character. Every setback teaches resilience instead of self-doubt. Eventually they realize that their greatest confidence doesn't come from achievements, but from knowing they can face life with courage, honesty, and strength. In the end, the true sign of a lovely woman isn't that everyone admires her. It's that she has learned to recognize her own worth without needing constant reassurance from the outside world. When a woman truly knows her value, it changes the way she walks, speaks, and lives. She stops chasing approval because she has found something far greater, the quiet confidence of knowing exactly who she is. That kind of confidence never goes out of style, never fades with time, and never depends on appearance. It becomes the foundation of a meaningful, dignified, and influential life. Kindness is another quality the world often overlooks. It rarely becomes a headline. It doesn't usually go viral. It's celebrated far less than beauty, wealth, or status. Yet when you think about the people who changed your life, it probably wasn't because of how they looked. It was because of how they treated you. Maybe they showed patience when you were struggling, encouraged you when you doubted yourself, or offered compassion when you felt completely alone. That is the quiet power of kindness. It leaves lasting impressions that time can never erase. A truly lovely woman knows that appearance may attract attention, but kindness earns lasting respect. Looks may open a door, but character determines whether people remember you. Long after others forget what she wore or how she looked, they will remember how safe, appreciated, and understood they felt around her. Real kindness isn't about pleasing everyone or avoiding difficult conversations. It doesn't mean allowing people to take advantage of you. True kindness comes from strength. It chooses compassion when anger would be easier. It treats people with dignity even when they fail to return the same respect. That kind of kindness requires courage because it demands emotional discipline. Criticism is easy. Anyone can complain, judge, or point out flaws. Building someone up takes intention. Encouraging another person requires wisdom. Giving hope to someone who feels discouraged takes genuine emotional maturity. That is why kindness is one of the clearest signs of inner beauty. It reveals a heart secure enough to lift others instead of competing with them. A lovely woman never views life as a contest where someone else's success threatens her own. She celebrates other people's victories sincerely because she knows another person's achievement doesn't reduce her opportunities. Her confidence allows her to rejoice in someone else's progress, and that rare quality makes her presence refreshing in a world consumed by comparison. Kindness is also revealed in the smallest moments. It shows in the way she greets people, listens without interrupting, and gives others her full attention. In a distracted world, offering someone your complete presence is one of the greatest forms of respect. When people feel heard, they feel valued. A truly lovely woman understands this. So she listens not simply to respond, but to genuinely understand. She also recognizes that words carry extraordinary power. A few thoughtful words can rebuild someone's confidence, while careless ones can leave wounds that last for years. That's why she speaks with intention. She doesn't use her voice to shame, manipulate, or tear people down. Instead, she chooses honesty delivered with kindness. Even when she disagrees or needs to correct someone, she does it with respect. Her words become a source of comfort and healing rather than pain. Another beautiful expression of kindness is forgiveness. Everyone experiences hurt. Every relationship encounters misunderstandings. Holding on to resentment may feel justified, but over time it harms the person carrying it the most. A truly lovely woman knows that forgiveness doesn't mean pretending the hurt never happened. It means refusing to let bitterness control the future. She learns from painful experiences, creates healthy boundaries when needed, and moves forward without allowing anger to shape her life. This doesn't mean she accepts mistreatment or ignores unhealthy behavior. Kindness is always balanced with wisdom. She recognizes when it's necessary to leave relationships that continually steal her peace. Sometimes the kindest choice, for herself and even for the other person, is to walk away. Genuine kindness never asks her to sacrifice truth or self-respect. Her kindness is also reflected in how she treats people who have nothing to offer her. It's easy to show respect to those with influence, status, or power, but true character is revealed in the way someone treats a waiter, a cleaner, a stranger, or anyone who cannot benefit them. A lovely woman offers the same dignity to everyone. She refuses to judge people by their appearance, position, or achievements because she believes every person has value. One of the greatest forms of kindness is choosing empathy before judgment. Rather than assuming the worst about someone, she pauses and wonders what they may be carrying. She understands that everyone is fighting battles invisible to the world. Someone's anger may hide fear. Someone's silence may conceal overwhelming pain. Someone's impatience may come from exhaustion. That perspective allows her to respond with compassion instead of quick criticism. The remarkable thing about kindness is that it spreads. One encouraging conversation can completely change someone's day. One generous act can inspire countless others. One patient response can restore hope where it almost disappeared. We often fail to realize how much influence we have simply by treating people well. A lovely woman knows that even her smallest daily choices create ripples that reach farther than she will ever see. In the end, outward beauty changes. Fashion fades, youth passes, but kindness becomes more beautiful with time. It becomes part of a person's reputation, their legacy, and the memories they leave behind. People may forget what a woman looked like, but they rarely forget how she made them feel. That is why kindness remains one of the clearest signs of a truly lovely woman. It reveals a heart that is humble, compassionate, secure, and strong. A kind of beauty no mirror can reflect and no passing year can diminish. Many people spend their lives chasing perfection. They believe that if they could eliminate every flaw, avoid every mistake, and present the perfect image, they would finally feel successful. But perfection is always out of reach. The closer you think you are, the farther away it seems. A truly lovely woman understands this. She doesn't build her life around perfection, she builds it around purpose. Purpose gives meaning to every choice. It answers one of life's biggest questions. Why am I doing this? Without purpose, it's easy to drift. You follow trends because everyone else does. You seek approval because you haven't decided what truly matters. You compare your life with others because you haven't defined your own destination. But once a woman discovers her purpose, everything begins to shift. She no longer lets the opinions of strangers determine her direction because she already knows where she's headed. Think of a ship crossing the ocean. Storms are unavoidable. Winds change. Waves rise unexpectedly. But as long as the captain knows the destination, the journey continues. Purpose works the same way. It doesn't eliminate difficulties, but it gives you the strength to move through them. A lovely woman understands that hard seasons aren't proof she should quit. Often they are preparing her for something greater. Living with purpose also means accepting that mistakes are part of growth. Many people never begin because they're afraid of failing. They wait until they feel completely prepared, completely confident, and completely certain. But growth rarely happens inside perfect certainty. It begins when you're willing to move forward without having every answer. A purposeful woman isn't ashamed of failure. She studies it. Instead of asking, "Why did this happen to me?" she asks, "What can this teach me?" Every setback becomes a lesson instead of an identity. Rather than believing, "I failed, so I'm a failure," she understands, "I failed, so I gained wisdom." That single change in perspective keeps her moving, while fear keeps others standing still. Purpose also protects her from the trap of comparison. It's easy to look at someone else's achievements and wonder why they seem further ahead. But purpose reminds her that every life unfolds on a different timeline. Imagine planting two different trees. One grows rapidly, while another spends years developing deep roots before showing much above the ground. Judging them only by speed would be unfair, because each was designed differently. Human lives are no different. A lovely woman doesn't rush her own journey simply because someone else appears to be moving faster. She understands that lasting growth often requires patience. Purpose also changes her definition of success. Society often measures success by wealth, popularity, appearance, or influence. While those things may have value, they don't last forever. Instead, she asks a deeper question. Am I becoming the person I was meant to become? She knows external achievements mean little if they cost her integrity, peace, or meaningful relationships. That mindset brings incredible freedom. She doesn't live to impress everyone because applause isn't her motivation. She pursues excellence because it reflects her character. She serves others because she believes her life carries meaning beyond herself. Her motivation comes from within, not from the ever-changing expectations of the world. Purpose also helps her make difficult choices. Life constantly presents moments where the easy option conflicts with the right one. Comfort is tempting, but purpose gives her clarity. Because she knows her values and understands her mission, she's willing to endure temporary discomfort rather than compromise the future she's building. Another beautiful result of purposeful living is consistency. Motivation rises and falls. Feelings change from day to day. There will be mornings when energy is low and confidence feels distant, but purpose remains steady. It reminds her why she started and encourages her to keep showing up, even when progress feels slow. Over time, that consistency produces results that temporary motivation never could. People are naturally drawn to someone who lives with purpose, because purpose creates authenticity. There's something refreshing about a person who isn't pretending to be someone they're not. A lovely woman doesn't constantly reshape her personality to gain acceptance. She stays true to her values because living authentically is far more rewarding than living for approval. Purpose also transforms ordinary moments into meaningful ones. She understands that significance isn't reserved for extraordinary achievements. Encouraging one person, helping a friend, showing kindness to a stranger, or faithfully carrying out everyday responsibilities all become expressions of a meaningful life. Great lives are built through small acts repeated faithfully over many years. Most importantly, purpose allows her to keep growing without becoming trapped by perfectionism. She celebrates progress instead of demanding flawlessness. She accepts that she is still learning, still growing, and still becoming. Every new day is another opportunity to become wiser, stronger, and more compassionate than she was the day before. In the end, what makes a woman truly lovely isn't a flawless life or a perfect image. It's living intentionally. She understands that perfection is an illusion, but purpose is a lifelong journey. By choosing purpose over perfection, she inspires others to let go of impossible standards and embrace lives filled with courage, meaning, growth, and authenticity. That kind of beauty reaches far beyond appearance. It influences lives, strengthens communities, and leaves a legacy that continues long after she is gone. Life eventually tests everyone. Heartbreak, disappointment, rejection, uncertainty, and loss arrive without invitation. No one is exempt. The real difference isn't whether people experience hardship, but how they respond when it comes. A truly lovely woman understands that emotional strength isn't about never feeling pain. It's about walking through pain without allowing it to define the person she becomes. Many people believe strength means never crying, never feeling fear, or never admitting weakness. Real strength looks very different. It's the courage to acknowledge your emotions without allowing them to control your decisions. It's being honest about your struggles while refusing to surrender to despair. A lovely woman knows there is a difference between pretending to be strong and genuinely becoming strong. Imagine a tree standing through every season. Spring brings blossoms, summer brings growth, autumn strips away its leaves, winter makes it appear lifeless. Yet beneath the surface, its roots continue growing stronger. Human life follows the same pattern. There are seasons of joy and seasons of hardship. A woman with emotional resilience doesn't panic when winter comes because she trusts that growth continues, even when it cannot yet be seen. A strong woman also understands that asking for help is never a sign of weakness. It reflects humility, self-awareness, and wisdom. She surrounds herself with people who inspire her to become better, who speak truth with kindness, and who remind her of her strength during the moments she struggles to see it herself. Patience naturally follows emotional strength. We live in a world that expects instant answers, immediate success, and overnight transformation. But the most meaningful changes in life take time. Character is shaped gradually. Trust is earned little by little. Healing unfolds one step at a time. A truly lovely woman accepts this reality. Instead of becoming discouraged by slow progress, she stays committed to the small, consistent choices that eventually create remarkable change. Her emotional resilience also changes the way she treats others. Because she has known pain herself, she responds to struggling people with compassion instead of judgment. She understands that everyone carries burdens the world cannot see. That awareness makes her more patient, more gracious, and more willing to extend kindness. Her strength doesn't make her harsh, it makes her gentle. Perhaps the clearest sign of emotional resilience is hope. Hope isn't pretending everything is perfect. It's the quiet belief that tomorrow can be better than today. It's trusting that setbacks don't last forever, and that every challenge has the potential to shape something good. A lovely woman protects that hope because she knows it's what gives her the courage to keep moving forward, one faithful step at a time. People are naturally drawn to this kind of strength because it creates stability. In a noisy and uncertain world, emotional resilience brings peace. Others feel safe around someone who stays calm when life becomes chaotic, who chooses wisdom instead of panic, and who offers reassurance rather than conflict. This quiet strength cannot be bought or copied. It is built through experience, strengthened by perseverance, and refined through every challenge life brings. In the end, what makes a woman unforgettable isn't that she escaped hardship. It's that hardship refined her instead of hardening her. She learned to face disappointment with courage, uncertainty with faith, and pain with grace. She knows true strength isn't pretending to be invincible. It's remaining compassionate, hopeful, and resilient through every season of life. While outward beauty fades, a resilient spirit becomes even more inspiring with time. In a world where everyone is trying to be noticed, one of the rarest gifts is making other people feel truly seen. So many conversations today are filled with distractions. People often listen only long enough to prepare their next response. They're waiting for their turn to speak instead of genuinely trying to understand. A truly lovely woman chooses a different approach. She offers something incredibly valuable: her full attention. Making another person feel important doesn't require money, influence, or extraordinary talent. It simply requires presence. When someone feels heard, respected, and valued, they leave the conversation feeling lighter than when they arrived. Long after they've forgotten the exact words, they'll remember how you made them feel. That's the lasting power of genuine connection. She understands that every person has a story. Behind every smile may be hidden pain. Behind confidence may be insecurity. Behind cheerful words may be silent struggles. Because she remembers this, she approaches people with curiosity rather than assumptions. She asks thoughtful questions. She listens without interrupting. Her goal isn't simply to hear someone's words, but to understand the heart behind them. Listening has become a rare skill, yet it's one of the greatest ways to show respect. Most people don't remember perfect advice nearly as much as they remember someone who truly listened when they needed it most. A lovely woman understands that people don't always need solutions. Sometimes they simply need someone willing to sit beside them, hear them without rushing, and remind them they're not alone. She also recognizes the incredible influence of encouragement. Words can shape someone's future. One sincere compliment can rebuild confidence that has been fading for years. One expression of belief can inspire someone to chase a dream they were ready to abandon. One heartfelt thank you can remind someone their efforts truly mattered. Because she understands the weight her words carry, she chooses them carefully. Her compliments are sincere, never manipulative. She notices qualities others often overlook: perseverance, honesty, generosity, patience, quiet faithfulness, and integrity. While many people admire outward achievements, she appreciates inner character. That makes her encouragement meaningful because it's based on genuine observation rather than empty praise. Gratitude is another habit she practices freely. She never assumes people already know they're appreciated. She thanks those who serve others, acknowledges hard work, and notices acts of kindness that often go unnoticed. She knows appreciation costs nothing, but can stay with someone for a lifetime. Making others feel valued also requires humility. Pride constantly looks for attention, but humility willingly gives it away. A lovely woman doesn't need every conversation to revolve around her experiences or accomplishments. She's secure enough to celebrate someone else's success without making it about herself. That quiet humility creates an atmosphere where people feel accepted, respected, and comfortable. She also honors differences. Every person has unique experiences, beliefs, personalities, and perspectives. She doesn't expect everyone to think exactly as she does. Instead, she approaches differences with maturity and respect. She knows it's possible to disagree without becoming disrespectful. That emotional wisdom allows her to build bridges where others create division. She understands that making people feel valued often comes through the smallest gestures. She remembers birthdays, important conversations, personal dreams, and meaningful milestones. She checks in after difficult moments and asks thoughtful questions because she genuinely cares. Those simple acts quietly communicate, "You matter to me." Often, these small expressions of care strengthen relationships far more than grand gestures ever could. She also serves without expecting applause. Whether she's offering practical help, emotional support, or simply her time, she gives because generosity reflects her character, not because she's seeking recognition. She understands that lasting influence is usually built through quiet, consistent acts of service rather than dramatic displays. Wherever she goes, her presence changes the atmosphere. Families become stronger because people feel appreciated. Friendships grow deeper because trust develops naturally. Workplaces become healthier because respect replaces competition. Communities become warmer because people feel seen instead of overlooked. Others feel safe around her because they know they won't be judged or dismissed. This quality matters because every human heart longs for significance. Deep down, everyone wants to know they matter, that their voice is heard, and that their life has value. A lovely woman recognizes this universal need. She meets it with compassion, attentiveness, and genuine interest. She understands that one of the greatest acts of love is making someone feel important without expecting anything in return. Ironically, people who spend their lives making others feel valued often become deeply respected themselves. Real influence is never gained by demanding attention. It's earned by consistently giving value. People remember those who encouraged them during difficult seasons, believed in them before anyone else did, and treated them with dignity when they needed it most. At the end of life, few people will remember every achievement or possession. They'll remember relationships. They'll remember those who stood beside them in difficult moments, celebrated their victories without jealousy, and offered kindness when it mattered most. A truly lovely woman understands this. She knows her greatest legacy won't be the admiration she receives, but the lives she touches through her kindness, respect, and genuine care. Her ability to make others feel seen, heard, and deeply valued is a beauty that reaches far beyond appearance and leaves a lasting mark on every heart she encounters. One of the most remarkable qualities of a truly lovely woman is that she never believes she's finished growing. No matter how much she's achieved, how much she's learned, or how successful she's become, she continues to pursue growth. She understands that life isn't about reaching a point where there's nothing left to improve. It's about becoming a little wiser, kinder, and stronger with every passing day. Growth isn't something she does occasionally. It's simply the way she chooses to live. Many people stop growing because they become comfortable. Familiar routines feel safe, predictable, and easy. But over time, comfort can quietly become a prison. When we stop learning, we stop expanding our perspective. When we stop challenging ourselves, we slowly lose the excitement of discovering who we're capable of becoming. A lovely woman refuses to let comfort limit her potential. She approaches every season with the heart of a lifelong student. She learns from books, experiences, mentors, friends, failures, and even from people who see the world differently. She understands that wisdom isn't measured by how much someone knows, but by how willing they are to keep learning.